Your theme for the Novena Masses, Maria, Pag-asa't Gabay, patungo sa puso ng parokya, is about transition. Advent is about transition. The Diocese of Cubao is in transition. The Philippines is in transition. What is transition? To move from one point to the next. To move from the old to the new. Hopefully the movement is towards the better new, not the ugly new. Your parish is in transition. You had a parish priest before. Now, he is no longer the same parish priest. You have Father Ron Ron. Your former parish priest may buhok. Ang parish priest nyo ngayon ay kalbo, katulad ko. Okay. Huwag kayong mag-alala. People tell me, your kalbo, Father Robert, is fake because for those who do not know, I shave my head every day. If I don't shave my head, I will be guapo. And because I don't shave my head, I look like a baby. And my mother keeps telling me, ang pangit mo, anak. Dati guwapo ka, ngayon kalbo, pangit ka. Sabi ko, Mami, minamahal mo ba ako dahil lang sa buhok sa ulo ko? And of course, she knows kasi for a fact that I am not kalbo. Why am I kalbo? That is a long story. I will not waste your time. And I have a recollection to give in my parish. So I was thinking that I can escape from this Mass by shortening it. But I was told it is not a short Mass, but a long Mass with all the sacristans, the incensing, the blessing of this, and the blessing of that. My dear friends, so let us just talk about this simple idea of moving from point A to B. Maria, Pag-asa't Gabay, patungo sa puso ng parokya. Pag-asa at gabay. Indeed, you cannot move forward if you are not propelled by hope. Hope propels us forward, not backwards. Hope tells us to believe that the next phase is better than the present. Better not in terms of having more, knowing more, but better by being more, not having, not being more comfortable. Perhaps the next phase will be more difficult, yet we will become more real. Pag-asa is about living in the present with our eyes wide open to see what is here and not to lose sight of what is not here but is awaiting us tomorrow. Bishop Ayuban was telling a few of us the other day, he knew about his appointment 2 weeks before anyone else in the Philippines knew about it. He knew about the future. No one knew about the future, only he and the Pope and a few others in Rome. He was like living in the already and the not yet. He is now the bishop-elect. Now we know, after October 4, but he knew it sometime in September. Because he knew something that will happen for sure, and yet he doesn't know exactly what it means. He was filled with trepidation, with anxiety, with humility, and nobody knew what was going through this man, soon to become Bishop Elias Ayuban. I'd like you to imagine yourself in his place. Something will happen to you, something very meaningful and very difficult, but also very joyous and joyful. Yet you cannot tell anyone. You have to keep this, as Mary did, in her own heart. Alam niyo ba, bawal sa isang sinabihan magiging obispo ka, nasabihin mo yan bago ka sabihan na pwede mo nang sabihin. Pag minarites mo ang iyong sarili, babawiin, hindi ka magiging obispo. And so, Bishop Ayuban was sharing with us how difficult, how painful, how lonely it was to know something all by yourself, and something that God knows because it came from God. The Pope who appointed him bishop was just an instrument of God. Galing po ko sa Roma. I was in Rome from August 1983 to June 1987. Lahat ng kasabay ko, halos lahat, ay obispo, arsobispo na. Ako po, mukha lang obispo dahil kamukha ko si Obispo Nes Onchoco, na ang tawag sa akin ay Kaulo. And there is a joke amongst those in Rome. And some of them are not there because they were told to go there, but they found a way of getting themselves there. Because if you go to Rome, 90%, you have a 90% chance of becoming a bishop. So ang joke ng marami sa amin ay meron raw ang ilan sa amin na lihim na nagtatago ng skull cap, yung kulay pula na nilalagay ng obispo sa kanyang ulo, nakatago sa bulsa. At minsan, tinatawagan raw sila ng Holy Father. Nasa Roma pa. Reverend Father, please keep this to yourself until I tell you to disclose it to the public. I am making you and appointing you a bishop. Tapos kung kaharap niya ang Holy Father, luluhod siya at dudukot siya sa kanyang bulsa ng kulay pula na skull cap at ilalagay niya sa kanyang ulo. Biro mo, handa na. Hindi pa siya na-appoint pero palaging nasa bulsa niya. Hindi po ganyan ang pinag-uusapan natin mangyayari. It is not something you and I desire and ask for. It is something that you and I trust will be given to us by God because we need it. Perhaps, I told Bishop Ayuban, not perhaps, surely at this point in our life of transition in the Diocese of Cubao, you were the one given to us by God because we need you. For whatever we need you for, you were sent to us because you will help us satisfy, fulfill those needs. Pag-asa is not about what we want, but what we need. Maria, pag-asa at gabay. Ano ba ang kailangan ng parokya nyo ngayon? Hindi ko po alam. Pero malaki pagkakaiba sa gusto at pangangailangan. Maraming pare gusto na i-air condition ang simbahan. Bakit? Tumataas raw ang bayad sa kuryente? Oo. Pero mas mataas ang koleksyon. Alam niyo ba yon? Pag in-air condition raw ang simbahan, yung mga mayayaman sa paligid, sa iyo magsisimba. Kaya ako, air condition ang simbahan ko, pero wala nagsisimbang mayayaman masyado. Bakit? Hindi ko po inoon. Kasi inoon ko po yan minsan, hinimatay po ko sa kuryente at inoon ko palagi, hindi po humahabol yung koleksyon. Sabi ko, hindi pwede to. Kaya hindi po totoo. Pag in-air condition ay lalaki ang koleksyon. Depende po yan. Depende. May mga pare, may mga parokyano, ang gusto nila ngayon usong-uso para gumanda raw ang financial stability ng parokya, maglagay ng columbarium, lalagyan ng patay, lalagyan ng urn ng mga patay. Meron na ba kayo? Meron bang paglalagyan dito? Baka pwede niyong itaas ang bubong at lagyan niyo ng mga columbarium yung tuktok ng simbahan niyo. Hindi ko po alam. Pero sabi ng mga pare, maganda yung columbarium. Biro mo 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, 200,000. Depende sa lugar. Ang halaga ng isang urn. Meron kang columbarium, pag na-ibento mo lahat yun, meron ng pondo ang parokya for the next 50 years. Air condition, columbarium, ano pa? May mga pare at parokyano, ang gusto nila ay ang simbahan nila ay punong-puno ng santo. Maski saan tumingin may santo. At meron akong kilalang isang pare, sa sobrang dami ng santo niya, lahat ng santo niya ay nasa choir loft. At parang merong choir palagi, maski na walang tao doon. At nung pandemic, sa sobrang dami ng santo niya, dahil bawal magpasimba, yung mga santo niya, inilagay niya sa mga pews. Parang may nagsisimba. Hindi lang nga sila tumitinag. So anyway, before I continue with all these absurdities, i-aircon, maglagay columbarium, maraming santo, let me ask you, is that what God wants? Is that what you need? Is that what we need? Ang pag-asa ay tumutugon sa tunay na pangangailangan. Slowly, pag-asa at gabay tungo sa puso. Gabay. Ituturo sa atin ni Maria kung ano ang ating kailangan upang maiwasan ang ating pagkahumaling sa ating mga wisyo, sa ating mga kapritsyo, so that we will really know what we really need. Ako po ay malapit ng mag-43 years a priest. Next March, 43 years na po akong pare. Next February, I will be 70 years old. Do I know what the heart of a parish is? I'm not sure whether I know. But from experience, I think I am repeatedly told by the Lord kung ano ang puso ng parokya. Hindi aircon, hindi kolumbarium, hindi maraming santo, at lalong hindi ang malaking koleksyon. Ano? The Pope keeps using a word, a fancy word, that very few really understand. The word is synodality. But it's just a fancy word. But all it means is the humility to keep your mouth shut and to open your ears so that first you will hear the Lord. So that first or after that, you will hear the cry of Mother Earth. So that after that, you will hear the cry of the poor. So that after that, you will hear the cry of your wife, your husband, your children. You will shut off all the extraneous sounds and noises that prevent you from hearing what you should hear. Kahapon po mga kapatid, binuo naming mga pare, baka napanood nyo somewhere, yung tinatawag na Clergy for Good Governance. Bakit? Ang dami-dami ng problema sa Pilipinas. Ang dami na nangyayari at marami nagtatanong, bakit tahimik ang simbahan? Kapag narinig mo na ang dapat marinig, ang susunod ay, kung kailangan mo ipahayag to, ipapahayag mo. Tama ba? Kapag narinig mo ang Diyos, ang sasabihin niya sa iyo ay dapat sabihin mo sa lahat. Kapag narinig mo na ang atungal ng kalikasan, na ngayon ay umaatungal na, hindi na kakailangan marinig pa, masyadong malakas ang atungal, dapat sigawan mo na kung sino ang pumapatay at sumasalakay sa Kanya. Kapag narinig mo na ang hinaing ng mga gutom, walang trabaho, walang bahay, magtanong ka na, bakit sila gutom? Bakit sila walang bahay? Bakit wala silang hanap buhay? Sino ang dahilan ng kanilang kahirapan? When we hear and learn how to hear and listen, then we shall proclaim. Lahat po ng parokyang pinuntahan ko at pinaglingkuran ko, marami pong naaasar sa akin. Kasi hindi ako mahilig sa aircon. Lahat ng parokyang puntahan ko, ang una kong ginagawa, tinatanggal ko ang aircon sa sarili kong kwarto. Tapos maghahanap ako ng lugar sa kumbento kung saan pwede kong tanggalin ang aircon. At palaging kinakabahan ng parish staff, yung parish secretaries, palagi nilang tinatanong, tatanggalin niyo din ba ang aircon ng parish office? Hindi pa. At hindi ako mahilig sa kolumbarium. Sa totoo lang, sa parokya kung saan ko na-meet si Father Ronron nung siya'y nasa high school pa. May burulan doon, 2. Tinanggal ko po. Dahil gabi-gabi may kumakain, nagiinuman na mga nakikiramay raw. Nakikiramay pero kumakain, nagkakalat, nagiinuman, nagiingay, magdamagan. Naglagay ako ng karatula na nakalagay, bawal kumain at magkalat. Pwedeng kumain, huwag magkalat. Bawal ang alkohol. Pakilinis, pakigalang, ang patay na inyong binuburol. Gabi-gabi i-check ko. Gabi-gabi marumi, puno ng kalat, butong pakwan, wrapper ng ganito, wrapper ng ganoon. Sabi ko, ba't di nyo po winawalis? Bawal po. Bawal po maglinis sa burol. Totoo ba yon? Bawal? Bakit raw bawal? Kasi pag nagwalis ka raw sa burol, may mamamatay. May susunod. Kaya sabi ko, sige, ayaw niyong luminis, darating ako, may dalang walis at daspan. Hindi ko sasabihin ako ang parish priest. Wawalisin ko. Uy! Huwag mong gawin yan. Bawal yan. Alis ka dyan. Alis. Hindi po. Utos po ng parish priest. Huwag mong gawin yan. Utos namin. Hindi po. Hindi kayo masusunod. Ang parish priest. Wawalisin ko. Tapos kulang na lang. Batukan ako. Suntukin ako. Lilinisin ko hanggang sa malinis na. At aalis ako. Hindi nila alam. Ang nagwalis ay ang parish priest. 3 taon kong tiniis at numalapit na akong umalis sa Project 4, walang sumusunod sa akin. Kaya nagpasya ako, ididemolish ko ang burulan. Wala nang burulan sa Miraculous Medal. Maraming nagpasalamat dahil tumahimik. Wala nang maingay na burol. At ang mga parish priest, wala nang sakit ng ulo dahil bawal magwalis. Bawal ganito, bawal ganon. Kaya, kailangan ba natin yun? Kailangan ba mga santo? Ano ba ang kailangan ng parokya? Ang mga unang komunidad, pagkatapos naglakbay ang mga disipulo ni Kristo, ay mga komunidad na iisa ang lahat. Everything was communal. Their food was communal. Their money was communal. There was no private property. They shared each other's farms and each other's produce. Everything was in common. Now, churches are like little subdivisions. Communal, common is very rare. Everything is rather private. Private baptisms, private masses, private blessings. There is always a tendency not towards the communal, not towards the collective, but towards the individual, the private. Ang puso po ng parokya ay ituro na ang pamayanan ay ang simbahan, ang pamayanan na kayang magdamayan, magtulungan, magbahaginan. Yan ang simbahan. Kung walang pamayanan, anumang ang ganda ng iyong simbahan, anuman ang yaman ng iyong simbahan, ikaw ay hindi simbahan. Ang puso ng parokya ay ang pamayanan. At ang bumubuklod sa pamayanan ay ang pananampalataya sa Panginoon nang tinuturo, hindi nyo kailangan ang maraming bagay na inyong pinag-aaksayahan ng panahon kung ano man yon. At dapat ninyo laging itanong, do I want this or do I need it? Yesterday, Mayor Benji Magalong issued a statement to the Duterte and Marcos clans. Magkapatid kayo, Pilipino kayong dalawa. Itigil nyo na ang inyong bangayan. Mag-usap kayo, humingi ng tawad sa isa't isa, at magkasundo muli. Dahil ang inyong walang kakwenta-kwentang away ay tungkol lamang sa inyong dalawa. Hindi tungkol sa amin, hindi tungkol sa bansa. At ang parokya na nag-aaway para sa mga kanya-kanyang interes, ngunit hindi para sa kabutihan ng pamayanan, ay hindi parokya. Paano kaya kami makakadikit kay Father Ronron? Para kami ang kanyang paborito. The favored ones of the parish priests. Tragically, so many parishes are run that way. So many parish councils are run that way. Who is close to the parish priest? Who has the ears of the parish priest? That is not the parish. Because it creates exclusivity. It favors favoritisms and elitism in the parish. Kapag hindi ka malapit, hindi ka mahalaga. Libo-libo ang parokyano. Iilan lang ang tunay na pwedeng dumikit. Tama ba o mali? So my dear friends, let me end by saying, yes, the country suffers what it suffers now because we have leaders who are not concerned about others, not concerned about the family, the community of the Filipino people. The Marcoses love only themselves. The Dutertes love only themselves. Parishioners of ICP, do you love only yourselves? Let me remind you, you are in Project 8, and beside you is Holy Family and Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Hindi nyo kami mahal? Even I, to my parishioners, constantly remind, this is not a parish isolated from the rest. It's just a little piece, a little part of the whole called the Diocese of Cubao. And the Diocese of Cubao is just a little piece in the puzzle called Luzon. And Luzon is just a little piece in the puzzle called Visayas and Mindanao. The heart of the parish is your community. A community bound by your love for Jesus, by your love for each other, and your capacity to constantly discern and choose need over want. We need so little to be truly fulfilled and happy in this world. Hindi pera, hindi kapangyarihan, hindi pangalan, hindi magandang kutis, sexing katawan, hindi lakas, kundi pagkakabuklod-buklod sa pag-ibig ng Diyos, sa pag-ibig sa kapwa, higit sa lahat, sa pag-ibig sa mga nagdurusa katulad ni Inang Kalikasan. Tulad ng mga dahop sa mga kadahop-dahupan. Tulad ng mga physically challenged, mentally challenged, financially challenged. Yan po mga PWD. Ito po yung tema natin ngayong gabi. They are part of us. Not only once a year, not only once in the 9 days of your novena, but every single day of the year, they are part of us. Lahat po ng naglilimos dyan sa intersection ng Congressional at Mindanao, parokyano ko po yun. Yung mga naka-wheelchair, parokyano ko po sila lahat. Doon sila nakatira sa tahanang walang hagdan at wala na po yung founder nila. yung madring Belgian na namatay na. Kaya wala ng pondong galing sa Belgium. Kaya sila na dati may livelihood at kung ano-ano ginagawa nila at binebenta sa pamamagitan ng kanilang mga kamay, wala na silang magawang ganon. Kaya ngayon, naka-wheelchair at nanglilimos na po. They're part of my parish. But they're also part of yours. We're all part of each other. And so I texted Mayor Benji Magalong, who is my friend. Thank you, Benji, for being the referee to these two abusive families who wasted the money of the Filipino people with this investigation of Senate and Quadcom, who waste the money of the Filipino people by hauling their minions to EDSA Shrine, shouting, "We love you, Sarah. You are the best. Please, don't let them destroy you." What a waste of time. Talk to each other. Listen to each other. Reconcile. You are brothers and sisters. Kaya lang sabi ko kay Benji, good luck, Benji. Dynasties have learned only to listen to themselves. And unless this parish breaks the walls that divide you and keep you apart, but just creates this semblance of community when there is none. I don't know your community, but strive, strive, strive. Yan po ang puso ng parokya. Amen. Sa ngalan ng Ama at ng Anak ng Espiritu Santo.